1,500 aliens on the planet. Most of them right here in Manhattan. And most of them are decent enough. They're just trying to make a living.
Cab drivers?
Not as many as you'd think. Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Great scene there from Men in Black. Are we all alone in the universe? The Trump administration this week piqued that curiosity with its release of previously confidential Pentagon files on UFOs. And our next guest is preparing alien enthusiasts with a practical guide for dealing with potential visitors from outer space. News you can use. Joining us now, renowned astrophysicist and best-selling author Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's out today with a new book titled Take Me to Your Leader, Perspectives on Your First Alien Encounter. Neil, great to see you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Thanks for being here. I'm just going to read your own words on the back of the book so readers know what to expect when they pick this up. Think of Take Me to Your Leader as a book of etiquette for close encounters, or perhaps a scientifically infused user's manual with helpful hints from an astrophysicist who wants to meet the aliens as badly as you do.
That's me, right there.
So tell me, do you write this book because you think that encounter is imminent?
Well, it's been gurgling up within me, and because alien sightings or UFO sightings have transitioned really over the past several years from the farmer seeing it on his back 40 and drunken revelers at 2 a.m. when the bar closes. You get these reports and you say, I don't know how we should believe those. Right on up to, in recent years, testimonies in Congress by insiders and former military officials and security people in the security sectors of our government reporting on things that we either don't understand or that they believe they do, such as alien body parts, crashed saucers, reversed engineering of their technologies. So I'm thinking, okay, it's time to bring out the alien. So why not? And so if they bring out the alien, or if an alien does arrive, we should be prepared for that. And this is a primer for you.
You're right. It's not just sightings on dashboard cameras in Russia anymore. It seems to have a little more credibility. Even former President Obama recently said something that suggested that he knew that we were not alone in the universe. He had to kind of walk it back.
So he's scientifically literate. So when he says, yeah, surely they're aliens, he's saying what we had told him in the astrophysics community. You do the math, you look at how old the universe is, the ingredients of life, how quickly life got started on Earth. It'd be irresponsible. It would be an overstretch of your ego to presume we're alone.
So let me ask you, what did you think of the material that the Pentagon just did release?
So I enjoyed going back to those early typed-written letters from 1947, describing in very flat terms, not, no hyperbole. We found this. What do you think of that? Let's talk about this. Let's keep it under wraps. And it's just fun to get a little bit of history there. But again, it was consistent with testimonies we've already heard in Congress. There's nothing new there, no shockers that we couldn't have extrapolated from what was already told.
So, Neil, your book includes tips and tricks for if the reader ever finds themselves in an alien encounter, and you write in part this: if an alien approaches you with multiple appendages, one of which looks like an extend hand, resist grabbing and shaking it. You don't know in advance what part of the alien's anatomy you just touched, and you probably don't want to find out. Furthermore, the handshake is not even a worldwide custom, so it's surely not universal. Nor do you know if raising your hand in a high gesture can be constructed as an act of kindness or aggression. And what if the alien chooses to greet you the way Earth dogs greet each other, and it simply wants to come around and sniff your butt? You don't know anything about your new friend's customs, so on a first encounter, it's probably a good idea to leave all your habits at home until you learn a thing or two about theirs. I enjoy it. We laughed along with that.
Want to read the audiobook?
Yeah, I was going to say, really good. So, what do you do?
Well, so I have a whole chapter on how you might take first steps.
Okay.
By the way, Obama recently said that he wanted to be the emissary of Earth to aliens.
He's a good choice.
Well, because he's a diplomat and he's a politician, and I think if the aliens want to lay waste to Earth, you need a diplomat in there to try to not have that happen. But if they don't, because the evil alien trope, I think, is primarily our fears of ourselves hoisted upon them, because we know how we treat one another when it's a more advanced part of our civilization encountering a less advanced. They're enslaved, they're slaughtered, they're persecuted. List whatever the history of civilization has done, what we have done to ourselves. So if the alien is not evil, then we don't really need a politician, you need a scientist. And so I describe a kit you should carry with you, a little science kit, like the Pythagorean theorem. That would be literally universal, and you show geometrically with a triangle and square. The periodic table of elements, they won't recognize our symbols, but the structure of the periodic table comes from quantum physics. That is universal. So you have some certain things that'll warm them up and give them some confidence that we have any intelligence at all.
That math more of the universal language than anything we could speak.
Exactly. And so you got to come equipped to communicate in that way.
And I guess there is this belief, as a final last quick question, if an alien civilization reaches us, that means they have reached a degree of sophistication that we have not. Is there then hope that perhaps that means they would also be enlightened and want to be friends?
I think that's a realistic hope. Like I said, evil aliens is just us. Okay, and one concern I have is that every Hollywood rendering of aliens, most of them, are humanoid. And, they're gray, big eyes,
This guy over here.
Well, I love him hanging out the window, right?
Yeah.
But it's interesting, they never give him hair. I'm just intrigued by that, because if they're humanoid, they might have hair, a mustache or a beard, evil goatee beard.
Maybe. All right, the new book, it's a great read. We laughed aloud this whole segment. The book is Take Me to Your Leader, Perspectives on Your First Alien Encounter.